So here's a rule change that will make applying for disability Medicaid programs a little bit easier for folks who are over age 65 who've already been on disability. Let me explain more. To be eligible for Medicaid, a person needs to be age 65 or over, but if younger than 65, they would have to be determined to have blindness or disability as determined by the Disability Bureau. And then to be eligible for MAPP, a person would also need a disability determination regardless of their age. A lot of folks who are on Medicaid and on disability are receiving Social Security disability, and the Social Security disability status, can be used also to meet the disability requirement for Medicaid. Now, what happens is if you have somebody who has been determined disabled and they're receiving Social Security disability benefits, when they turn 65, the payments are really then called Social Security retirement benefits. I mean, not a lot changes for the consumer, but what it's called changes. So instead of being called SSDI, then it's called Social Security retirement. That also meant that it was difficult for those folks when they were applying for disability Medicaid programs. The county wasn't able to look and say, oh, you were on Social Security disability, so you don't have to do the disability part of the application. Because there's the elderly, blind, disabled Medicaid application, and then there's the MADA or the Medicaid disability application that need to be completed for someone who doesn't have a disability decision on file that the county workers can use. This would require additional paperwork, additional time for the paperwork to be processed in order for these folks who were already 65, were already determined disabled, but then turn 65. So this new rule means that people who were getting some sort of disability-related benefit through Social Security disability will not have to complete that Medicaid disability application, which is really helpful because it asks a lot of questions about work history, health history, some education history questions. So now this new rule is going to save people a lot of time in terms of going through the application process for disability Medicaid, when they're over age 65 and already had previously been determined disabled. So this rule is in effect now. This is important for new applicants. So if you're helping somebody apply, it's going to be just the elderly, blind, disabled application and not that Medicaid disability application, because the county workers are able to verify that previous disability status. Now, again, this does require that they're able to verify that information at the county. So, just want to clarify that they have to be able to confirm that to not need this additional application. So the key takeaway here is Medicaid members who start receiving Social Security retirement benefits instead of SSDI and new Medicaid applicants who provide Social Security letter documenting the transition of the benefits will not have to fill out the Medicaid disability application. They would only have to complete the elderly, blind, disabled application, but not that MADA portion when applying for Wisconsin Disability Medicaid program. So it's a great change, less paperwork, more streamlined, so we're happy about it. If you have any questions, here is a link to the Bulletin with the announcement of this policy change. And as always, any questions, please send us an email at healthwatchwisconsin.org. Thank you.